Crypto crash, DXY pumps, and today is Monday, January 22nd. Good night, good afternoon, and good morning for many of you. It looks like the market dumped today. You know, it's actually quite interesting. The DXY, what I wasn't expecting, honestly. Typically, we don't see this kind of price action with the DXY. Usually when we're followed with a red day, we're usually followed with another red day. It typically is what usually happens. But it looks like we are going to continue to the upside, and this inverse head and shoulders pattern is actually going to be coming in a lot sooner than what we expected. And what does that exactly mean? Well, that means that Bitcoin could potentially be coming near a top. Surprisingly, the fact that the US 100 it's also reaching on a red today. Obviously, you know, any of this, you know, let's say coming tomorrow, we see a massive reversal and a fake out, but it looks like everybody's kind of freaking out right now at the moment. Bitcoin does fall slightly below that area of support, which is something we didn't want to see. So this is quite bearish, to be honest with a lot of you. But that being said, welcome everybody tuning in. Smash that like button for me, and most importantly, welcome to today's live stream. Let me go ahead and check if we are officially live on my end. Looks like we are. Let's see who we have joining us today. Let me go ahead and pull out my live stream on my phone real quick. Go ahead and do that. And we're going to go ahead and share the live stream as well. I forgot. We have to go ahead and do that. So in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and see who joins us today on a Monday morning or afternoon. We have over 5 watchers currently right now, so welcome everybody tuning in. Ryan, how's it going, buddy? How's it going? Happy, thank you. Dabmaster, how's it going, bro? How are you doing today, man? How's the weather out there, by the way? It's raining a little bit over here where I'm at. It's cloudy. It was raining all last night. Actually kind of cooled down a bit. Sun came out and went back in. So yeah, it's I like this kind of weather. I don't know why. I like this kind of weather. Billy sold. I bought more Solana at $82. I'm going to lose. Are you shorting now, or what's the case? What's going on here? So interesting times in the market. I'll say that. Honestly, this caught me by surprise. It's not what I was expecting. You know, I expected today to be red, maybe, you know, the next 2-3 days be red and then have a massive reversal, but it's not always the case that happens, right? I'm glad I wasn't longing or shorting, because I told a lot of you, you know, longing or shorting where we're at right now is probably one of the most riskiest things you could go ahead and do. But let me go ahead and share this with my community real quick. We are now live. Okay, we just went ahead and did that. Let me go ahead and head over to Twitter real quick. Literally everything's freaking dumping right now. Your account has been freaking locked, bro. You're freaking kidding me, man. This always happens with Twitter, dude. It's so annoying. You're proving that you're human. Wow. Really, again. One rock. I always get these, dude. I wonder if it's because I have a VPN. I appreciate you, Ryan. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to Ryan. How are you doing, by the way, man? Oops. I can't freaking type, man. That's probably why they think I'm a bot. Let's see. Dude, I'm in so many freaking chats. Where am I gonna go ahead and... Oh yeah, right here. R live. Oh wait, it did go through. My bad. All right. Anyways, let's go ahead and see what's going on today. Dabmaster says it's warming up in here, almost 50 degrees. No way. Dabmaster says long, not short. I think there's gonna be a short squeeze, bro. I'm still going towards that narrative. Like I've been the biggest bear, but I feel like this thing's gonna reverse. Ryan, all good, bro. Appreciate you, man. That's good to hear. Awesome. And how's everything going on with the doctor, bro? Have you probably heard something from the doctor yet? Smash that like button for me, chat. We are over 7 watchers and only 4 likes, now 5 likes. Let's go ahead and get that popping. It's completely for free. Doesn't cost you anything. Enough with that being said. Long intro, right? As usual. Looking at the fear and greed chart right now, currently agreed at 55. Next update would be in about 2 hours. I'm very excited to see where things go on here. We could go back to the neutral levels. We do see Bitcoin slightly fall below $40,000. Not to my surprise, honestly, because typically we see this scenario happen a lot where, you know, support does get lost and then it's kind of like a liquidity grab with a reversal. So there's still a possibility of this thing reversing back up, probably retesting 44,000 before coming back down, or going back with the narrative of that short squeeze that I've been talking about. So I mean, I'm surprised that DXY is doing what it was doing, right? Because earlier today when I was live streaming, we did see the DXY start off in a red, and I thought we were going to go ahead and be pumping this day. I mean, even if the DXY was to go ahead and still come back to these levels, it still would have been very, very bullish for the DXY and for crypto and Bitcoin overall. But it looks like the DXY is going to break his resistance, chat. I'm going to be honest with you. I think this might be the beginning to the end. I think we're going to go ahead and see Bitcoin approach the $32,000 area that we've been talking about for literally weeks. And this really caught me by surprise. It's not what I was expecting. I didn't think we were going to go ahead and lose the support that easily, and we did. We did. I'm glad I was not longing. I'm glad I wasn't shorting, because scenarios like this, you just really don't know where things are going to be heading. So I am actually going to be funding my account again. I'm going to be trading very, very soon in the next coming days, 2 weeks. I might go ahead and just wait for the market to go ahead and give me a sign to see what's going to happen. I might just go ahead and wait to play some trades beginning of February. That might be the case. But right now, I'm looking more into the bearish side. But with that being said, I'm going to wait to open any positions until February. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing right now. In the next coming days to the next coming weeks, I'm going to go ahead and stay off of the market. I was planning on getting back in these last couple of days, but I think right now I'm going to take a breather, stay on the sidelines, have my accounts ready, and then just get ready to see any opportunity. Because if this thing does go ahead and get rejected back around the zone, we could go ahead and see, I mean, more than likely it's going to get rejected, dude. Honestly, unless some miracle happens where the DXY just freaking collapses, that and the US 100 continues a pump, like it just does a fake out. It was a fake out. Then that's the only thing we're going to see Bitcoin being saved. And, you know, the narrative with the ETF news of, you know, everybody getting hyped up with Bitcoin going to the moon could still come in, and it could have just been like a bull trap for many, where, you know, shorts are going to go ahead and squeeze this out. I mean, there's a lot of liquidity around $43,000, and that's actually something I want to go ahead and talk about. I want to pull out this article right here. There's actually a lot of Bitcoin shorts at $43,000, right? So there could be a possibility of that short squeeze that I've been talking about if we do go ahead and see this pump. And for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and stay off the market, because it's very neutral. I mean, look, it fell below 39. It's hovering at around 40. Market's still deciding what it's going to do. You know, realistically, tomorrow the DXY dumps and the US 100 reverses, and it's a huge fake out, right? So for that reason, I'm going to stay off. But what you do see right here, even this person right here, Bitcoin shorts will get wrecked soon. Maybe a wick down before, because is greed, but at the amount of shorts are baffling. $43,000 Bitcoin is programmed. And we actually see right here, actually posted this on the Discord as well. We do see that there's a lot of liquidations that are going to happen around the $43,000 Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin was to go ahead and do what I've been talking about these last couple days, where we could go ahead and see Bitcoin potentially, let's say, reach this zone right here. Let's say Bitcoin does go ahead and reverse, shorts get liquidated, we could go ahead and see the price action push up, and then a lot of people are going to get very, very excited. A lot of retail are probably going to go ahead and start joining in as soon as we see Bitcoin break around this zone right here, pushing the price action up even higher. And that's where the narrative of the short squeeze goes in. We're going to go ahead and see where things happen. I'm going to go ahead and stay off the market for now. it's just not looking like it. Just hasn't confirmed a bearish case or a bullish case just yet, at least for me personally, right? And if you do want to go ahead and trade the market, go ahead and check out BingX and MEXC. Both of these exchanges are non-KYC platforms. If you already created an account, go ahead and do me a huge favor by creating another one. It's completely free, doesn't cost you anything. Bybit giving up to $30,000 in sign-up bonuses. And if you need a VPN, check out NordVPN, offering 69% off with 3 months extra. I think the discount has slightly gone down, probably 67, 66, somewhere around there. But it was 69 at one point. I've kept it there. But with that being said, I would suggest, not financial advice, to kind of stay out of the market right now, unless you want to go ahead and get wrecked or want to do a quick little trade in and out. But right now, I wouldn't be placing any longs, or I wouldn't be placing any shorts, because there's still a probability that this thing could reverse both ways, right? So I'm going to go ahead and wait, get a little bit more confirmation. If I get the confirmation that we should go ahead and short, then I'd be more than glad to go ahead and short Bitcoin, you know, once we get that confirmation, because shorting Bitcoin down to, let's say we enter this range all the way down, riding the wave to $32,000 or 33, that's a nice freaking 17% dump, right? And with Bitcoin, that sounds doesn't sound too crazy, but with Bitcoin, 17% dump is actually pretty good. So regardless of the case, if we do see a confirmation to the upside, obviously, you know, the upside's a 30 to 40% pump. That's possible. You know, what's the possibilities of that happening? Well, I mean, we did see a short squeeze happen right here, and that's why we saw the market pump, and it did a 17% pump. So realistically, anything could happen, right? So with that being said, keep your eyes out on the market. I wouldn't long or short any positions right now on leverage, unless you're really trying to get wrecked. Most people are probably going to get wrecked, to be honest, due to the fact that we have so much volatility in the space right now. But I do see that until we get that confirmation, let's see if we get rejected around $41,000 or retest 41,834, and we do get rejected, that's going to be a confirmation that this thing is going to continue to go to the downside. And if the DXY does continue to pump, which honestly more than likely actually looks like the case that's going to happen. I told you all that this was an inverse head and shoulders, which is a very bullish signal. So it looks like we are going to break to 104 on the DXY. So we could continue to see more downside leading into the Bitcoin halving, you know. So prepare yourselves. We could go ahead and see altcoins slightly follow. We are seeing altcoins right now slightly also taking a dip. I think this might be a temporary dip, but honestly, a lot of these altcoins have already hit their all-time highs, at least temporarily. I mean, we've been seeing, you know, Solana freaking been pumping like nothing and finally has been retracing. We finally saw the levels today at Solana at around, what price is Solana at? $85. So, you know, if Solana does continue to lose this, I do see Solana coming down to that price target that we were talking about. Solana down to 60 and then potentially even $40. I don't think we'll see $40. I'm aiming more within this range right here, around the 60 to the high 50. So I would say Solana around the zone right here would be a pretty nice little drop, and that's about a 40% drop from the zone. So, you know, honestly, regardless of the market, that's kind of the beauty of, you know, when you're trading, you don't care if the market goes up or the market goes down, because you make money both ways. If the market goes up, you're going to make money. If the market goes down, you're going to make a lot more money. So honestly, there's more money to be made on the up. Actually, it's about almost the same. Let's see. I feel like there's more money to be made on the downside than the upside, because let's say for the upside on Solana, that's a 30% pump, and let's say from the downside on Solana, there's a high probability we could probably go ahead and reach about 30 to 40% dump on that. So there's more money to be made on the downside, to be honest, right now with a lot of these altcoins, because they pumped a lot. Black Ranger, how's it going, buddy? Doggo, how's it going, man? Long time no see. Piff Daddy, what's up, man? How you doing, bro? He says, don't remind me about Solana, BS. So yeah, Solana has been playing a lot of games, man. Dadmaster, that's a good buy on Solana. You should send to Margex and farm Solana. There are collateral. What is Margex? I want to see what Margex is. Margex. Yeah, honestly, I would stay off this market right now. I wouldn't be trading this market. Oh yeah, I remember you told me about this. You can stake this. How much do you get? Damn, dude, my bad. I was like friggin' choking on something. Yeah, that is a fake bull flag. Well, I mean, realistically, Piff, anything could happen, and that's kind of the reason why you can farm crypto without buying. Interesting. Is that KYC on that platform? I think I already asked you this question last time. See, the thing is, chat, this thing could reverse anytime. Like you can't lose complete hope on Bitcoin or Solana just yet. Yes, the titles are a little clickbait, and I have been bearish on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin and Solana for like the past like 2-3 weeks. Like I've been the biggest bear, but realistically it has been holding on these levels, so anything could happen. So I wouldn't lose straight up hope where Solana could realistically just go ahead and pump, and then from 110 be the last liquidity grab where it does dump to our price target, or it just moons to 144. So honestly, anything could happen right now, and so I wouldn't want you all to go ahead and completely lose your hope and your mind over this. But it does look, and this is the reason why I also mentioned, you need to go ahead and wait for a confirmation, because we did see that Solana did do this fake breakout, and that's typically what they like to go ahead and do to grab a lot of liquidity. I was expecting this thing to break and then hit 110 and then approach 144, and when I was entering my trade right here, I exited Solana right here, and then I began a short Solana. I don't know why I wasn't holding on to my Solana short. Honestly, I think that would have been the smartest thing to do. I think I might have taken profits, and then I started trading Chainlink, and I ended up losing my money. But I as soon as I was longing Solana here for like about a day or two, I ended up changing my position with a short on Solana, and that did pretty good. And Goldie was shorting Solana too for a minute. I don't know what happened. I think we might have gotten liquidated because it reversed quickly. But what I'm trying to tell you right here is, realistically, it's not full-on doomsday just yet. We're still at this area of support with Solana. Obviously, once we do go ahead and close below it, then yeah, it's going to be quite bearish. But even then, we've also seen cases where they do fake outs, where they go ahead and drop it. They want people to go ahead and short the market right here. Market makers go ahead and push the price action up, and now you're left getting wrecked one more time again, right? So that's why when it comes to trading, one of the biggest things you want to go ahead and focus on is putting your take profit and putting your stop losses, and just moving along with the market, because realistically anything could happen. I'm not very bearish just yet, but obviously the market's not looking too good. I'm gonna be honest with you, in our favor. The DXY is reversing. We are finally seeing some sort of top on the US 100, which I don't think that's going to be the case. But who knows? We're going to see if this is a real fake out or not, because we could go ahead and still have where the US 100 has 2-3 days of red. I mean, we've been literally pumping for 1, 2, 3, 4 days, dude. So 1 day of red is not too bad. We could probably have another, let's say tomorrow we have a reversal and it pumps back up, or we have another 2 more days of red. But right now, I don't think this rally's over yet, Chad. That's kind of the reason why. Unless this is the top for the US 100, then yeah, we're going to go ahead and see the Bitcoin collapse to $32,000. And then we're probably going to see some of these altcoins kind of dump to a 30 to 40% retracement. And then we're going to go ahead and see altcoin season start. But overall, right now, we're seeing greed at 55. I feel like more people are losing more of that momentum that we once had with the narrative of the ETF. It seems like the markets are not as excited as they were literally, coming a few days ago. Like everybody was so freaking excited. It's like, oh, ETF, 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 ETF. And like now that we have the ETF, it's like people don't kind of really care about the market anymore. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Let's see what else I have right here. I want to showcase something else. I have some articles right here I want to show you. This one's pretty good too, right? So this one's quite interesting, and we talked about this yesterday, that for me personally, I like to go ahead and think otherwise when we start seeing articles and news such as this. Yeah, man. I mean, leverage, if you're going to short leverage trade right now, it's probably the best option, because as I'm telling you, like, I'm hoping the market dumps, but at the same time, I'm not, because if the market dumps, very quickly, it's going to scare off a lot of people, right? And typically when we see when a lot of people start getting scared, we're going to go ahead and see the market kind of slightly shift, right? And we're seeing that narrative right now. Like my channel has been like declining, bro. Like literally the channel has been declining. It's been like consolidating on this range where like sometimes videos do very well and then sometimes videos just do terrible, you know? And that's because we're not having the same inflow that we had 2 months ago. Like 2-3 months ago, you know, back in October, the channel was taking off. November, taking off. December was doing pretty well. January, now that things are like the ETF news are out the way, it's like the channel's like kind of is consolidating phase, right? Kind of like what Bitcoin's doing. So if we were to go ahead and see a massive sell-off, we might go ahead and start having everybody coming in, trying to figure out what's going on, what's causing the dump, and then we're probably going to go ahead and see a lot of viewers just kind of like zone out because you lost a lot of money, right? And that's to be expected. That's expected in the market, but it kind of sucks. Because we have this little rhythm going in right now, right? And that usually indicates, that gives me a sign of how retail is feeling. And it's actually quite interesting because there was an article right here that I came up across as well. JP Morgan warns of incoming Bitcoin sell-off with anticipated $3 billion of grayscale outflow. So I find that very interesting. I don't think I trust JP Morgan too much with what they have to go ahead and say. Honestly, we were talking about this earlier today for all those that missed it. But we were talking about how a JP Morgan analyst, Nick, was talking about how we could go ahead and see a bearish momentum coming in with Bitcoin because of the grayscale sell-off. And I just find it quite interesting with that. I don't know how I feel about, you know, anybody from JP Morgan. I mean, JP Morgan's always caught rigging the market, like straight up. Like maybe we put in JP Morgan metals fine, like they're always getting fined for rigging the metals market, bro. Like straight up, like, are we really gonna go ahead and trust JP Morgan? I mean, like they do this every freaking year. Like you see articles and they kind of hide them because they're only showcasing like 2020, but JP Morgan just literally got freaking got hit with moving the metals market again, like last week. but we see this over and over again. I mean, former JP Morgan precious metals trader sentenced to prison. Like, I don't know if he actually did get freaking sentenced to prison. Who knows? I don't know the freaking I mean, look, was sentenced to 2 years in prison and $50,000 fine. Like a $50,000 fine of $35,000. Like imagine how much this person probably made. This person probably made a lot of money. 2 former precious metal traders at JP Morgan's were sentenced today for engaging in fraud, attempted a price manipulation spoofing as part of the market manipulation scheme that spanned over 8 years. Involves tens of thousands of unlawful trading sequences that resulted in over $10 million in losses to market participants. Apparently, Greg Smith of New York was sentenced to 2 years in prison for $50,000 fine, and Michael, 49, was sentenced to 1 year and 1 day in prison for $35,000. So think about it. They did a damage of, and I'm sure it was probably more than $10 million for only a $50,000 to a $35,000 fine, right? Like imagine how much money they had to pocket, and imagine how much more they're freaking manipulated behind the scenes, right? It's like you could only go ahead and believe so much of what you see, and you know, the rest is kind of hidden in plain sight, right? And this is the reason why we don't even see the articles right now. But I know JP Morgan just had another recent article about them, you know, rigging the metals market, and they do this time and time and time. I mean, look at this other article back in 2020. Agrees to pay $920 million in connection with scheme to defraud precious metals treasury market. You know, and this thing happens over and over again. Imagine they only had to pay $920 million. They probably made billions off of that. You know, to them, it's like, it's a slap in the wrist, you know? So do I feel comfortable and confident that an analyst from JP Morgan is warning that, you know, Bitcoin might potentially have a massive sell-off? I mean, the fact that we're at these areas of resistance at support right now, and I talked about a short squeeze, technically when we have these kind of news, you technically want to always do the opposite, right? Obviously not financial advice, but we saw the narrative. Everybody was bullish on the ETF. It dumped. You know, everybody's going to be bearish on Bitcoin. Guess what's going to happen? Short squeeze is going to happen maybe. Maybe the dump starts now, and then people are going to be like, dude, this market's rigged. I can't make money on this market. Yeah, because this market's super manipulated. It's a very manipulated market we're in, you know, whether you're trading the stock market or the crypto market, it's super manipulated platforms to trade in. That's why a lot of people lose money in these markets, and the reason why we see this kind of volatility, because realistically, it's never in our favor. You know, there's the chances are very, I don't want to say low, because it's possible to make a lot of money in this market, but the odds are pretty much against us. And that's why you want to go ahead and protect yourself with not going all in on a narrative that you believe. Like, imagine all the people that thought Bitcoin was going to hit 100,000 and longed the market right here. That kind of sucks for them, right? Kind of sucks for them. And there's going to be a lot of people right now, they're going to be super bearish and like, oh, it's going to be the same people right here that were buying Bitcoin right here. There is probably going to be the same people shorting right here, where there's a possible short squeeze happening, and they're going to get even more mad, right? So we're going to see where things go. I'm not placing any trades right now. F that. I'm staying outside of the market. But if you do want to go ahead and take some trades, make sure to use my links down below. BingX and MEXC, non-KYC, Bybit right here, and a VPN if you need for whatever reason. NordVPN, 69% off. But yeah, if you want to trade this market right now, go for it. I'm kind of staying off of the market. As I mentioned, until I get that confirmation that this is the coming dump for Bitcoin, then yeah, I'm going to freaking short the market, dude. I think there's more money to make on the downside, realistically. I mean, you enter a trade right here, $32,000, and you're talking about a 16%, you know, dump right there. That's going to be pretty good on Bitcoin. And that's not even considering what a lot of these altcoins are going to do, such as Solana. If Solana does lose the support, dude, Solana is going to be making some juicy freaking gains. I mean, look at this. Solana dumps from here. We're going to go ahead and see a 30 to 40% retracement. And it's probably even going to be a lot. It's probably even going to dump a little bit lower than that. Probably like almost up to like 45%, 43%. So, you know, it's the downside. There's more money to be made because there has been no actual supports, no areas of support, in my opinion, that has been established. So there's going to be more money to be made on the downside than to the upside right now, unless we see some massive reversal where we have the volatility kick in, short squeezes, and whatever the case is, we have that narrative. But the DXY is doing its thing, and this is the kind of the reason why I've been bearish in the market. I've been bearish in the market since over here. I've been super bearish in the market since early December. I mean, towards the end of December, early January, and finally the DXY is doing what I was expecting. You know, once we break 104, this thing's off to the races, chat. We're gonna see more dumping in the market, and we're gonna see the DXY, in my opinion, approach back to the 107 and above. And that's what I think is gonna happen. I think the DXY is gonna come back a lot stronger. Probably we're going to go ahead and be leading into the Bitcoin halving. We see a continuation to a downside. Bitcoin consolidates, it pumps, and then we have the market begin around summer. So I do believe, summertime is where a lot of the money is going to be made, leading into the ends of 2024 into the beginning of 2025. So we might go ahead and have that run up where we see Bitcoin and a lot of these meme tokens and altcoins have a pretty good summer towards July, and then we start seeing a reversal around that time, leading into October, November, and then December being the near top. And that's what I think is gonna happen, right? Because we also have to keep into consideration U.S. elections are a few months away too, right? So we have a few months away from the U.S. election, so we're gonna see who gets elected on that. As I mentioned, if Trump gets elected, which a lot of people are crossing their fingers, they think that he's going to go ahead and save the world. But if Trump gets elected in the U.S., he does prefer a weaker dollar. So we could go ahead and see, the dollar, go up higher within the time of the election. As soon as a presidential, a president gets elected, then I do believe, let's say Trump gets elected, markets are going to go crazy. He's going to go ahead and push for a weaker dollar. The dollar finally kind of collapses, and the stock market makes new all-time highs, and Bitcoin makes new all-time highs as well. And I think that's where the narrative that I'm kind of sticking to, but I do expect the DXY to do this. So if we were to go ahead and see the DXY to do this, that means we will be followed with a lot of red in the market. and this could be potentially the top for Bitcoin at least, right? I want to see how altcoins are going to react. Because I feel like a lot of altcoins haven't really done much besides Solana. Solana has been pretty much the only altcoin, and there's a few out there that have been taking the scene. And there's a lot of altcoins that haven't even ran up just yet. Let's go ahead and see the comments real quick. No KYC, awesome. I'm gonna have to go ahead and check that out. Let's see. Doggo says to Piff Daddy, yeah, it's good, but if you are used on leverage trade, I make one SOL with 8.6 USD today using that as collateral, but for huge farm need high leverage or use. How does that work, Doggo? You mean $8,000 USD? You didn't say $8, right? Because there's that's freaking crazy for making one SOL with $8. I'm sure you meant $8,000, right? Yeah, DeFi platforms are the way to go too, bro. Margex and BingX, you can use SOL as collateral. Just use low leverage and it's fine until you get used to it. You can collect crypto without buy. Yeah, I agree. With leverage, I think anything under, like on the higher cap altcoins, if you're using like under 40x, you should be good. Only issue with that is I don't have many to choose from. I can only trade the big names, ETH, SOL, but stick to SOL and ADA. Dude, Piff Daddy, just trade on BingX or MEXC, man. These are non-KYC platforms. Yeah, XRP and ADA are crap, actually. Yo, go good. How's it going, buddy? Hope you're having a good one. Do you think X changes trading against the customers? I think it's possible, bro. I think it's possible, bro. I mean, there's a lot of shady things a lot of these exchanges do, and as I mentioned with that article that I just read, like there's obviously a lot of manipulations that happens in the market. I don't want to go ahead and tell you that there's not going to be a possibility for you to make money, because you can make money. Just know there is a lot of manipulation when it comes to not even just trading the market, just being in the market, period, right? And now that we have the big players like BlackRock and all those people involved into the market, there's more manipulation, right? So that's I don't want to go ahead and say and confirm, yeah, 100% exchanges do shady things, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we saw it happen in the stock market with AMC and GameStop, with a lot of the freaking exchange. I think even BlackRock was involved in that short squeeze, bro. So like, you know what I mean? That's actually the reason why I made that transition, because I was trading AMC and GameStop, and that's when they went ahead, all the exchanges paused all the buying so they wouldn't go ahead and create a short squeeze. And I actually lost a lot of money there too. I lost like freaking $13,000 on AMC because of the fact that they stopped that with the exchanges. So it's just like one of those cases where I feel like there's always going to be manipulation, man. And there's manipulation at all times. Like market makers just purposely like to liquidate people. That's why you can't be over leveraged. You have to have stop losses. You can't go ahead and, get too much on your emotions. It's easier said than done, man, because I've gotten wrecked so many times too. And I'm not going to go ahead and sit here and lie and tell you it's easy. I think keeping your emotions under check is probably the hardest thing, realistically. You might see someone else making money. You might see your buddy making money. You want to try to enter the same trade and you get freaking wrecked, right? It happens to all of us all the time. But you just have to, what I've noticed is you have to enter whenever you feel confident and comfortable. Whenever you feel confident and comfortable in a trade, sometimes the best trade is not taking a trade. Realistically, sometimes the best trade is not taking the trade. Like I felt super, like, for example, I'm gonna give you a pretty good example, right? I felt pretty left out these last couple days because I'm seeing everybody running up on these meme tokens, everybody jumping on these trades, and I'm like, damn, dude, like I have no capital right now to trade with until next month, right? And I'm like, dude, that freaking sucks. Like everything's pumping, and then next thing you know, everything already has dumped, right? So if let's say coming next month, the market dumps and I have now capital, I literally just found myself an opportunity at the right time. You know, so sometimes you just have to wait and you have to stay out of the market to enter these trades. I've noticed that the most times that I've lost money have been entering a trade knowing that I should have never entered a trade. Like knowing I should have never traded that, that's what caused me to lose money. And that happens to a lot of people. They overtrade and they lose money. It's not sometimes so much of, you know, the fact that yes, the markets are manipulated, but sometimes you're also trading something that's against you to begin with. So, you know, you're trading something that's against you or to begin with, and then obviously coupled with the manipulation, it gets you even more wrecked. So sometimes not taking a trade at all is the best trade. And that's the hardest thing to do, personally, depending if you really want to be always tuned in with the market, right? Let me see if there's any other articles I had right here in mind I wanted to go ahead and show you. I don't know why this is bullish, but people just think this is bullish. I want to talk about this right here too. BlackRock now owns $1.2 billion worth of Bitcoin. I don't know if this is supposed to be bullish, if this is supposed to be freaking bearish, but you have to also keep in mind that these institutions are kind of destined to own. I don't want to say destined, it's not the correct vocabulary. They're pretty much forced to own Bitcoin or hold on to Bitcoin in order for the ETF. So what they're doing is that when people go ahead and buy the ETF, they're using other people's money to buy Bitcoin and then hold on to the Bitcoin. They're not directly purchasing Bitcoin with their own money. They're using customer funds and then they're buying Bitcoin in order for them to go ahead and back their ETF. So they're not, you know, BlackRock's not going out of their way and they're saying, you know what, let's go ahead and buy $1.2 billion worth of Bitcoin at this price. No, what they're doing is that all the money from the clients that it's coming in, now they go ahead and buy Bitcoin, and then they have it pretty much as a reserve, right? So they're using other people's money. So pretty much they're exposing other people's money in order to back their collateral to their ETF. That's pretty much what they're doing. So they're not purposely going out there and bringing in extra money. They're using, you know, their clients' money to buy Bitcoin and hold on to it for them. So I guess you could kind of take that, you know, the way you want it, but I don't know how that's bullish. People think this is bullish. People get super excited about this and call for, you know, you're going to see a lot of these other YouTubers talk about, oh, BlackRock now owns 1.2 billion, chat. Let's go ahead and buy. It's going to 100,000. I never understood the mentality behind that. I never even understood the mentality behind the ETF being bullish to begin with on Bitcoin. If you really understood and understand the not only the technology side of things with blockchain overall, but the fact that the whole entire purpose of DeFi and blockchain, it was never, like, Bitcoin wasn't created for the freaking bank, supposedly, right? So why the heck would I want, you know, a bank to now be part of Bitcoin, you know? But just people never question this, right? Piff Daddy, 1000x leverage on Forex. That's awesome. That's insane, dude. 1000x is freaking insane. Dude, I get wrecked with like 100x leverage, so I can't imagine what trading with 1000x is like. Welcome everybody, by the way. Smash that like button for me. If there's any other tokens you want me to go ahead and talk about today, or TA, or you want to go ahead and show anything, feel free to go ahead and do so. I pretty much just went over everything that I needed to on my end. I showed you all the articles that I thought were important, gave you my opinion. You know, I wouldn't be trading the market right now. Obviously not financial advice. You can go ahead and do whatever you want. If you do want to trade the market, you know, use the links down below. At least it does help support the channel. So, you know, use my links. if you're deciding to trade this market right now, use these links. Or if you want to load up, because I will be loading up this week, or this week actually, I'm going to be loading up. Go ahead and use my links down below. I'm going to just have some money ready just in case I see an opportunity. But I'm not going to be trading this market right now. I'm going to go ahead and wait for that opportunity to be presented in order for me to go ahead and make that jump. But we are seeing also a lot of the meme tokens right now having a lot of buying to dip opportunities. You know, I talked about Aurum and the reason why I'm bullish. I'm still going to be bullish on this. Now, you know, if the market continues to dump, we're going to see where things go with here. But I do believe that we will go ahead and see a reversal on this. I don't know when, but I do say this is kind of a longer term, midterm play. I would say just be patient based on what I've seen with Solana plays. Sometimes they might take a week, sometimes they might take a month, sometimes they might take a month and a half. But honestly, even having $100 in any of these tokens, I think could be worth the risk, or even $50, right? So I'm going to be looking for some opportunities to buy a lot of these Solana meme tokens. Never thought I would say that, but I do believe that we are still in this zone of risk on, and we will be pivoting to that soon, in my opinion. I don't know. I could be wrong. So I don't want you to go ahead and take my word, but I don't think this is the top of Bitcoin just yet, at least not for me. I think there's still a possibility we could go ahead and see a short squeeze. But as I mentioned, that's why I'm not trading the market. That's why I'm not longing the market. That's why I'm not shorting the market, because if a short squeeze does happen and I'm shorting the market, I'm going to get wrecked. You know, so I'm just going to go ahead and wait for that confirmation on Bitcoin on its own, and then see how the market follows. We might be followed with a little bit of a bearishness, to be honest, once Bitcoin does fall down below. People are going to panic. They're going to overreact. We're going to see some altcoins kind of slightly take a dump, and then we're going to see a major reversal on the altcoins leading into altcoin season. I mean, the index does show that we are entering altcoin season. Where's the freaking index right here? Yeah, right here. Altcoin season 84. Let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin dominance. I think that's one of the most important factors, in my opinion, that we should be taking a look at. Let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin dominance. And obviously, you know, the market could change in the next couple hours, so I will be live streaming later on today as well. So definitely make sure to smash that like button for me and turn on post notifications if you are brand new to the channel. I do live stream twice a day. Sometimes, not sometimes, but most of the time I do live stream twice a day, and I've been uploading about almost 3 videos total, so 2 live streams and 1 video. I just uploaded a video today and 2 live streams. So this is my first live stream, and I'm going to do another later on today, another live stream. So that's the kind of content you're looking for. Smash that subscribe button, turn on post notifications. But looking at Bitcoin dominance, we are seeing Bitcoin dominance start to fall down. As I mentioned, as we start approaching Bitcoin dominance to the 48.94%, down to 47.10, this is the start of meme coin season. So we're going to go ahead and see if that follows. If meme coin season follows, we're going to have a pretty nice, juicy meme coin season. And that's kind of the reason why I never thought I would say this, but I would probably throw some money into some of these meme tokens. Or I'm looking at, I threw in only $20 on this, chat, so I didn't throw in that much money. But I'm thinking of probably loading up even $50 to $100. Might not sound a lot, but if this thing really pumps, which I think it will, $50 to $100 should make you a nice little bag. Not a lot of money, but let's say $100, it does a 10,000x or a 10,000%. It's a 100x. Sorry, 100x, $100, 100x. That's about 10 grand. You know, I'm not complaining with 10 grand. How about you? Right? So $50 to $100, I think might be worth the risk. I'm going to be looking at that. Maybe I just leverage trade, make some money, and then throw into these meme tokens. But I'm thinking Aurum is going to be a good play. This one's at 10 million circulating supply. We're also seeing, there's another one that I really wanted to get into as well. I think the Solana Pepe too. This one could be the play. I'm not sure this thing's dead already, is it? Yeah, actually, I think this thing might be dead. Never mind. I don't know. We'll see. Because sometimes they just come out of nowhere, man. They literally just come out of nowhere sometimes. There's another, Solana is another token that I'm freaking bullish on. I'm actually going to be making a video later on today on this. I think this thing's still going to have a continuation to an upside. Solana, I think this one's going to be super big, so I would throw in like $100 on this too. What other token too? There's a few that I was bullish on. I would say Myral too. This is a little bit more of a higher cap, I guess. This is at 195 million market cap. this is a little bit more of a safer meme token, I guess, if you want to call it. I would throw my money into some Myro too. I think this thing's probably going to be pretty big. It could probably go ahead and like hit $1 billion market cap. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying it could possibly do. I'm just speculating here. Even if it doesn't hit a billion, let's say it hits a 5 million market cap, that's still about a 4 or 5x, right? That's on the low terms too, because if altcoin season does begin and dominance does fall below, Bitcoin dominance fall below 48.94 to 47.10, we could go ahead and see that happen. Which kind of the reason why I was talking about we should kind of slightly be exposing ourselves to these lower cap altcoins and higher cap altcoins as well, because I do believe it's risk on season, in my opinion. I mean, we're seeing Ponky right now up 48%. So I think this might be the buying a dip opportunity, chat. I've been mentioning this for the last couple weeks. If you do see a dump, consider buying a dip on your favorite tokens. But we've been having a run up these last couple days, so it should be to no surprise that the market's slightly red, right? Saeed, how's it going, buddy? Hope you're having a good one, bro. Byte, super bullish. See it right here. Yeah, Piff Daddy, MT5, sorry, not MT5. BingX does use MetaForce. I think it's called MetaTrader, my bad. MetaForce. Yeah, I think this summer we're gonna go to the moon, bro. I agree with you too. Really? Well, I mean, NAS 100 technically moves with Bitcoin, so it kind of makes sense, bro. Like I talk about NAS 100 all the time, how it moves very, very close to Bitcoin. So, you know, NAS or not, sorry, not NAS 100. I was talking about US 100. My bad. Is that NAS 100? Or is that the ticker symbol for it? Yeah, US 100 moves with Bitcoin. So if that's it, it makes sense why it moves with it. All right, yeah. NAS 100, NASDAQ. Okay, that makes sense. No, we're talking about US 100. This right here. NASDAQ, same thing. I guess it was just a ticker symbol terms on Forex. I don't trade Forex, so I'm just going based on this index right here, US 100. I started actually learning how to trade Forex. That's where actually everything began. But yeah, I mean, pretty much it. That's everything on my end, chat. There's not much to go ahead and talk about. We're about to hit almost an hour into the stream. Feel free to ask for any technical analysis you want me to go ahead and do. Any tokens you want to go ahead and chill. We have Byte right here, 13 million market cap. It looks like this thing's about to reverse and continue to an upside on this. Let's go ahead and take a look at their website and their Twitter. Byte Grok's dog. So that's the narrative behind Byte. We don't bark, we bite. Cool. SEI. Yeah, we could look at TIA. Oh, US 30 is Dow Jones. Interesting. Yeah, we could look at TIA. Bro, do you buy Ondu? If not, do it before Coinbase Binance listing. You know, when they will be listed, it will be huge. Yes. No, I haven't bought Ondu, bro. I haven't bought any tokens yet. I told you I don't get paid till like the next couple of days. I think I'm gonna freaking when do they get listed, bro, with Ondu? Because I know Ondu pumped as soon as you called it out, bro. That was a freaking nice call. I think it pumped like literally 30 or 40% after you called it. TIA, I think it was TIA, right? You guys wanted me. We're gonna do TIA and then we're gonna do slow. TIA, SEI, and then slow. TIA. TIA right here. I think we talked about this last time, right? We're still at this nice area of support, I would say, as long as we don't continue to see this this support right here around 15,253 be broken, we still will be okay. We do see a reversal back over here, but if we do lose the support right here, we're more than likely going to come back to the zone down to 10 cents or $10, my bad. $10 could be the next coming move on TIA if we do lose the support of where we're currently at right now. Looking at the 4 hourly, it does look kind of bullish short term, but it still looks kind of bearish in my opinion. It looks like a possible head and shoulders pattern. Typically with head and shoulders patterns, they're viewed as bearish patterns, and then we will go ahead and see it retest back to the $17, kind of do a fake out, and then that's when the dump comes, and that could be taking us to the $10 on TIA. So I'd be bearish on TIA, not financial advised, especially with what we're seeing in the market right now. We could definitely see this this happen very, very closely. So I don't know, TIA might be a good position to short. TIA might be a position to short. Let me take a picture of TIA actually, because if I do short this is almost like a no-brainer short. Okay, I just took a picture of that just so I could go ahead and be ready just in case we do see this happen. Let me go ahead and put an alert on this, dude. I'm gonna see this thing. I see this thing hit $17. All right, I just created an alert for that, just so I could be notified on TIA. That would be a pretty nice freaking short, dude. That'd be like a 25% dump. Yeah, so TIA, that'd be done with TIA. SEI, let's look at SEI. Damn, dude, SEI is at a very, very critical part, man. We kind of talked about this last time, right? Yeah, so I'm actually leaning more towards the bearish because I believe last time we talked about SEI, we were talking about the zone around 64 cents, I believe. I can't recall too well where we didn't want to go ahead and see this dumping to. But I think it was losing 65 cents. So this thing's looking bearish too. And we were actually in an uptrend, and we've actually just lost that momentum. So this would have been already a signal to start shorting right here, right? So yeah, SEI is not looking good, and we are seeing the RSI being oversold in the 4 hourly. But looking at the daily, yeah, it's not looking too well on SEI. Everything just kind of dumped today too. So everything that did have support these last couple hours ago just literally lost it. But it is at a major area of a buy-in zone too, right? Which you could consider it the demand zone. Or is it the supply? I always get those both mixed up. Supply and demand. Yeah, I don't know about SEI. I mean, if you're trading this, I would kind of stay away. If you're looking to buy the dip, I would say buy the dip. But I think SEI could come back down to around this 40 cent range, in my opinion. Probably over here. That's what I'm seeing, probably around 30 to 40%. So that kind of takes us back to, if we do see this correction, we could possibly see a correction with a lot of these altcoins within this range right here. It could go ahead and be following that. So I'd go ahead and keep my eyes on the 58 cents. You wouldn't want to see this fall no lower than 58 cents. If we do, we're more than likely going to fall all the way down to 30 cents, right? 30 to 40 cents would be the zone where SEI could potentially fall back down to. It's looking just very bearish too. I think everything's looking very bearish right now in the market. Let's go ahead and see what other token. I know we Dabmaster wanted friend versus slow. Go take a look at slow real quick. Hey Marco, how's it going, buddy? Hope you're having a good one, man. There is no day but Coinbase posted on X about Ondu on the roadmap. Yeah, I do see that Coinbase is heavily invested in Ondu too. We talked about that, I believe, 2 days ago. So super bullish on that. It's going pretty good, man. Going pretty good. How about yourself? Despite the fact that the market's looking kind of red and kind of took us by surprise, I think it could be a buying opportunity and a shorting opportunity. So, you know, despite where the market goes, it doesn't really matter to me. As I mentioned, if the market goes up, we're going to make money on the upside. If the market goes down, we're going to take advantage of that and make money to the downside, right? So that's kind of the good thing when it comes to trading the markets. Like when you trade these markets, you really don't care where they go, right? So I'm very excited to see what opportunity gets presented, right? But I'm really crossing my fingers we don't get dumped on just yet. I'm really leaning more towards a bullishness because we've had very good momentum in the market these last couple of days, especially after the ETF news that people were very sad for, which kind of told a lot of you. But yeah, it's not something I want to see because that just means it's going to take a lot longer for the market to do its thing. So, you know, the quicker the market dumps, the quicker we get it out of the way and the quicker we could go ahead and have our bull run narrative, right? So I'm doing good besides that. Slow right now. We were at this area of support. We've actually lost it. It doesn't look too good, to be honest, but I mean, it's a meme token, so I don't like to go ahead and do TA on meme tokens. It's very, not only are they very manipulated, but they're always going to do whatever they want. This thing could literally just skyrocket, and I don't want to hear from anybody telling me, John, I freaking told you said it was a dump, and it does a 100 million market cap, right? So I'm not going to go ahead and do too much TA on slow, but a very active community. Very active community. So that's one thing I will go ahead and say about them. It kind of reminds me of the Harry Potter Obama, right? Is that the whole outlook behind slow? Are they listed on any exchanges, by the way? Let's go ahead and check. It looks like they're not. So this could also be a token to consider, you know, maybe buying a bag into. I know Dabmaster's heavily involved into the slow community. This could be buying the dip opportunity. I mean, it seems like almost every Solana token just pumps like crazy when we do see these Solana tokens pump. So it kind of almost seems like anything with a very strong community is worth the move. I mean, this thing's sitting at an 898 million circulating supply with a 2.63 million market cap, right? So I do believe that once we see this take off, it will go ahead and take off. Volume's not too bad either. $352,000 in volume with only 3.13 thousand holders. So not too bad of a numbers, to be honest. Marco says, sad to see your channel with the same subs as 4 months ago, but props for still doing lives. Hey, what's up, Marco? Yes, man. Channel has been slightly growing, bro. It hasn't been growing too quick. We've actually grown quite a lot, but not as much as we should have, to be honest. So we're kind of switching up the content now. I think the fact is that I kind of relied too much on like the Pepe 2.0 content, and I was just sticking to one community, and I think that really affected the channel. If I would have diversified early on, I think that would have helped me on, but I kind of put all my eggs in one basket. So I think that really is what really screwed me, to be honest, with my channel. Yeah, but we're close. We're almost there. We're close to hitting, I think, 5,000 subs very soon, right? Actually, not that not that soon. We're at 4.68, so we're close, but not close enough, right? We've been on a steady growth. Not what I want to see. Obviously, I want to go ahead and see bigger numbers, but we're close to that. Come on, chat. We're at 4,689. So channel, dude, we probably only grown in the last 4 months, probably about 600 subs. 600, 700 subs. So yeah, we're slowly growing, which is not what I want to see, but I think we'll get our time to shine, right? Hopefully it's this month, hopefully it's next month, but can't complain. You know, I think the most important thing is we've had a pretty strong community, and I know eventually the success is going to come with it, man. It's all about just being consistent. All I could go ahead and do, I can't control to who subs to my channel. All I could go ahead and control is how much content I could put out, you know? So the more content, the more subs I could go ahead and gain. Same thing almost as trading meme tokens, right? The more you trade meme tokens, the more chances you're going to go ahead and hit that big one, that one big freaking meme token trade. Same thing goes with trading. The more chances you freaking lose your money or you make your money, the more you're going to understand how these markets moves, right? So it's all about just being consistent. But yeah, the channel has been growing very, very slowly, bro. I appreciate you, Go Good. I really do appreciate you a lot, bro. Means a lot. LCX thoughts. I think also the reason why the channel is the way it is because I stick to my own narratives, and I don't talk about what people want to hear, right? So I've noticed that's also a thing. So I try to stay away from the controversial topics, but yeah, I'm very controversial if none of you have noticed that. And I think that's also kind of prevented me from growing, but I don't know. We'll see where things go. The confrontation and talk of here is rare to find in other channels. I agree. I'm not sure if that's a positive or a negative, right? I'm not sure if it's a positive or a negative. It just depends on the way you look at things, right? So LCX is looking actually quite bullish. Looks like a cup and handle pattern is forming. I wouldn't go ahead and place all my bets on this because we know how usually cup and handle patterns form, especially with market makers trying to go ahead and do fake outs. We sometimes go ahead and see a rejection before we go ahead and retest back to support and then see that final breakout. Or sometimes what we go ahead and do is we literally just take off to the moon, right? And that's what most people expect because this is pretty much textbook cup and handle, but sometimes we get into the move where we see a cup and handle happen and then we end up with a fake out, and then the market liquidity just grabs and sweeps up all the liquidity to the downside, right? So just be very, very careful. But LCX is looking pretty bullish on the 4-hourly. Surprisingly, I think that's only the only token we've done TA on that looks actually quite bullish, you know. Looking at the daily is looking decent, not looking too bad. As long as we do go ahead and see LCX hold this area of support at around the 14.38, we should be good, and we should go ahead and be seeing some sort of bounce back up if we do see that come back down. But it's looking pretty good on the 4-hourly. RSI is about to cross. If we do lose this area of support at 14 cents, do expect 12 cents to be around the corner. But I would say 12 cents is a pretty good area of support. So I don't see this thing falling no lower than 12 cents, to be honest, on LCX. And if it does fall below 12 cents, and yeah, chat, we're going to 7 cents. But I don't see that going with LCX. I think it's a pretty nice area of support around this zone right here. So it's looking pretty good. It might be doing some other similar move like this where it consolidates before it has a breakout like this. So I expect this with LCX, and I'll go ahead and leave that just in case this move does happen. But we could go ahead and be seeing LCX approach around the 25 to the 30 cent mark. So be on the lookout for that for the next leg. Maybe it's less than that, but I do see that approaching the 25 to the 28 zone. So anywhere between the zone right here, I do expect LCX to do that. So it's looking quite bullish short term. I'm actually more bullish on this, and I don't know anything about this token, right? So the charts are looking pretty good, and this is where I mean, like, sometimes there's trades that just make sense, and there's sometimes trades that don't. You know, this in the 4-hourly makes sense to me. It makes sense to me, right? So yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Surprisingly, first token we've seen so far that's actually good, right? Most of them have been pretty bearish. Go good. You the people, champ. I appreciate you, man. Marco says, I appreciate you staying honest. I don't know if you remember me, but I'm back and I'm glad to be here again. Yes, I do remember, Marco. You were freaking in... Dude, where the heck were you? Were you in like... You weren't in Thailand, were you? You were in Singapore? Was it Singapore or London that you moved to? You were somewhere, bro. I remember that. From a business trip, right? I do remember, Marco. Of course I remember you. I'm glad you remembered. I was like literally thinking about you not that long ago. Like I was thinking about you like a few days ago, and I was like, damn, dude, I wonder what happened to Marco. Like I'm like he's gone. He's long gone. But yeah, Marco, see like the time when you came into the channel, that's when I was doing the pivot into the whole entire branding and like all kinds of videos that I was making. So yeah, my time will come though. I'm pretty confident that my time will come. I hope I hope it does. But yeah, the content, dude, honestly, the just talking about one community is what really got my channel kind of, I wouldn't say wrecked, but is kind of the reason why I minimized my growth on the channel. You know, just talking about one meme token or just talking about a certain topic. Like now I kind of, you know, decided to diversify a little bit more. Like even if you go to my live streams right now, like these last couple, probably month and a half is when I started really diversifying my content around November, after Pepe 2. So I was like literally talking about Pepe 2 since forever, dude. Literally since even December I was talking about Pepe 2. But I started doing that pivot around November. So the transition just happened recently, I would say. I'm back from Asia. I was there for 5 months. I remember that, man. Not business, just leisure. Oh, nice. Nice. Doggo, going to sleep. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow. See you, Doggo. It was glad seeing you today, bro. And glad seeing you at freaking Andy's channel, bro, too. Appreciate you. All overseas. Nice, bro. Couldn't be here because I was 7 to 8 hours ahead of the UK. Made some money shorting Pepe 2 back in the day. Yeah, dude. I remember, I think you were the first like Pepe 2.0 bear at the time. I remember, dude. Frig, that's crazy. Yeah, I remember. So I made about $20,000, dude. I think as soon as you left, I ended up making about $20,000 in Pepe 2. And then I ended up getting wrecked on Grok, dude. I put in $20,000 on leverage. I think I was using 20x leverage on Grok and literally just freaking just dumped, bro. Like the contract got exploited and it freaking dumped. Good times, good times. But yeah, I remember when you were freaking shorting Pepe too, man. That was the time, Marco. Go Good says them other ones. Dude, yeah, I remember when you were shorting freaking Pepe too. I'm glad to see you back, man. Are you gonna be back on the schedule or what? Because I'm actually live streaming twice a day now. Yeah, dude, that was a crazy. I don't know why I would ever do that, but I ended up turning $100 into $20,000. Not shorting. I was logging Pepe 2, bro. Like literally before Pepe 2 took off. Like I don't even think. Well, the thing is, dude, so much has happened, but Pepe 2 ended up coming out with the new smart contract, and that's when I became very, very bearish. All right, so yeah, they don't even have the token anymore. But yeah, so I made like I turned $100 into 20 grand on Pepe 2 in about like 2 weeks, and then I ended up putting $20,000, and I was in vacation too. Dumbest thing I should have never done. I should have never been trading when I was in vacation. And then I put $20,000, and there's a second Pepe too. So they ended up renouncing it, and they ended up making a whole. Well, actually, not renouncing. They ended up making a new contract address for Pepe 2. So the old one, they had everybody send their tokens onto this new contract because it was supposed to be better. And look at Pepe 2 cents. But anyways, I made about 20 grand on Pepe 2, bro. And then after I made 20 grand, I went ahead and I put it on this token called Grok. And I put in about like, I think it was like a 10 or a 20x. I think it was a 20x, dude. I did like a 20x leverage on Grok. with $20,000. Dumbest thing I've ever done, dude. I think I've done a lot of dumb things, but I think that one was definitely the one that I did the dumbest thing. And this is where Grok dumped, bro. So as soon as I enter Grok right here, I think, as soon as I entered right here, Grok ended up dumping, dude, and it ended up dumping like about 80%. I'm not sure if the 80% dump was right here. Yeah, it was actually a little bit more, dude. It was like I probably got in like right here in the middle and ended up dumping about like almost like literally 70-80%, bro. And I freaking ended up getting wrecked. And then literally next thing you know, Grok ended up doing what I anticipated it was going to happen. And literally it happened within, you know, a few days later when we saw this major reversal in Grok. But I got wrecked on Grok right here, dude. Put 20 grand, literally contract got exploited. There was a clog in the network or something like that, and it dumped the tokens to like 80%. Or I can't remember the exact reasoning behind it, but it dumped the tokens, and it dumped the token to 80%, and I got literally wrecked. And dude, if this play would have played out for me, bro, I would have been a multi-millionaire right now. Probably would have been traveling like Marco. Yeah, that freaking sucks, bro. But also, dumbest freaking thing. Like, I would never, ever, ever in my life ever leverage trade with $20,000 on a meme token. Never in my life would I ever do that. That was the dumbest thing. If I would have just long freaking Solana with 40x or something, I would have made all the money that I wanted to make. Because like my goal during around October was to make $80,000 before the end of the year. I was at 20 grand. This play would have taken me to $1 million to $500,000. So I was like, dude, like this is the freaking play, and that's where the greed kicks in, chat. So yeah, dude, dude, I know I'm gonna make some money back again. I gotta get back on my feet, bro. Hope to be here regularly just for entertainment. That was a market dump. That was a market maker dump Grok. Yes, dude, that was a freaking worse. That was a market maker that dumped it 80%, bro. Got wrecked. That's why never again would I ever trade a meme token with 20 grand leverage. It's the dumbest thing I've ever done. Anyways, Mark, I'm glad to go ahead and see you here today, bro. I'm gonna be I freaking live stream twice a day now, so I live stream during this time, and then I live trade. I don't do that anymore. Live trading is the dumbest thing to do too. You can't trade your positions live, dude. You get wrecked. But anyways, live stream twice a day now. I live stream within this time, and then I live stream later on today, which would be my time zone's 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think that might be your morning, right? If you're in the UK, that might be your morning, or is that your night? Because I think that's right now is your noon, right? Let me check the time zone. I have a world clock right here tuned in. So I'm assuming what the UK right now is around 10:20, right? It's around 10:20. Am I correct? If that's the case, it would be probably your morning that I'll be live streaming. But yeah, right now it's 10 p.m. Yeah, so I also live stream your morning. So now I'm live streaming twice a day because I'm trying to go ahead and capture both audience. My second most, okay, my most. No, let me go ahead and say this correctly. My audience that watches the most. The first one's the UK. Sorry, the first one's the US, and the second one's the UK. So I've been trying to reach my UK audience a little bit more. So that's why I live stream twice a day now. But yeah, so you'll probably see me later on today, man. I'm glad to go ahead and see you here today. Hope all of you have a wonderful day, chat. Make sure to smash that like button for me. Go ahead and make sure to use my links down below. BingX and MEXC non-KYC platforms. We have Bybit and then NordVPN at 69% off with 3 months extra. Go ahead and support the channel. It will be very early morning, so it will be only on this schedule. No problem, bro. I'll see you later. I'll see you tomorrow then around this time. But yeah, just go ahead and expect that. Glad to go ahead and have you here. I also do have a free Discord, by the way, bro. If you want to go ahead and join, I do go ahead and provide some information on there when it comes to anything that we talk about, whether it's live streamings or TA or any news. I go ahead and talk about that right here. Let me give you the link. And let me show you the Discord real quick. This is the Discord right here. And this is usually what I like to go ahead and post. We have groups right here, the Bitcoin TA, where I go ahead and post. Like this morning, I put urgent update Bitcoin witnesses short liquidations around 43,000. I also went ahead and posted some TA here. So I post a lot of data here on the Discord, complete for free. And then for altcoins, I also go ahead and post. I think, oh damn, dude, I posted this in the wrong chat. But I go ahead and put some information here, like on ETH and all this information here. I have some hot trending altcoins right here to be in the lookout for. So usually everybody on my Discord gets all this information first. So definitely go ahead and check that out, bro. Moon, how's it going, buddy? Go good. You work with MEXC. I don't work with MEXC anymore. I'm partnered with MEXC as an affiliate partner, but I used to be a manager at MEXC. I don't work with MEXC anymore. Tino from Traders Reality sent me here. What's up? How's it going, buddy? How are you doing, man? Long time no see. Sade. Is it Sade or is it Seed, bro? Or is it Sad? It's Sad, right? Where's Bernie at? I haven't seen Bernie in a while, man. He's probably busy buying ETH or something, huh? He's probably busy buying ETH right now. I'm about to end the live stream right now in like 2 minutes. Hey, Inspiration, how's it going, buddy? I'm like, you're like literally catching me towards the end. I'm like literally about to end the stream right now. But you'll catch me later on today. I wrote you on Telegram. All right, bro. I'll go ahead and check out your Telegram right now. Let me go ahead and check that out. Let's go ahead and pull out Telegram. I'm in a lot of freaking groups on Telegram, bro. I freaking hate communicating on Telegram. Look at all these freaking group chats, bro. It's freaking annoying. Freaking hate it. Let's see. All right, Inspiration. I just went ahead and I messaged you back. Just reply back. Yeah, but honestly, dude, if I don't reply to you right away, like reach out to me like on Discord or Twitter. I think Discord and Twitter will probably be the best. Telegram, I don't check it as often, but I do check it. I'll definitely be on the lookout because you messaged me, but there'll probably be times where I forget. Seb. Seb, Seed, said, who cares? Jen, John. Yeah, it's the same thing, right, bro? Same exact thing. I agree with you, man. I agree with you. Where's Bernie at, man? Long time no see on Bernie, bro. Anyways, chat, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now, or else I'm going to be here for another 2 hours. But I really do appreciate all of you tuning in. Make sure to smash that like